Alright, welcome back to another one. So, in this one, I'm going to be teaching us some chords. How to not sound boring or too boring whenever you're on the keyboard and they're like, who is that guy? Ask him to leave. You're always playing. They are not bad, they are okay. But the thing is, the idea of the piano is when you are taught those basic chords, you are taught does not mean you are meant to always be using it this way. There are always better ways to play this chord, so don't restrict yourself and play boring. Don't play boring. If you've been following the course, for those of you that have purchased the course, maybe you're watching this video from the course, you should have said it in so many videos. There are a lot of possibilities, so when you're playing, you should see possibilities. That's why at times when I'm playing, and if I was not playing from a concept and you ask me to repeat, I cannot repeat what I just did. Why? Because I wanted to play one chord. I play in inversion, then I added another 5, another 5, another 5. Still a one chord. Still a one chord. What did I do? I just made the one chord fuller. So you should learn how not to play it so boring. So this is like a gospel / jazz passing chord that you can use to spice up your sound. So we're going to be using a half diminished chord, and that half diminished chord is also called a minor 7 flat 5 chord, and it's going to serve as a secondary dominant chord. Now these terms might be so confusing for you, but it is all broken down in my course that I offer in my intermediate course. This is all broken down. You understand what is going on, how to apply them. When you hear them in song, you'll be like, oh, I've been taught these chords. Oh, I know where this chord is coming from. I can even form the chord. Alright, so now a minor 7 flat 5 chord, which appears like this. This is a D, appears like this. Call me. A minor 7 flat 5 chord. This is the chord we're going to be handling. They are similar to dominant chords, meaning they can function as dominant chords also. Why do I say so? In your key, which of the tone is your dominant chord? Is your 5. I taught you chord families, remember? Dominant, subdominant, mediant, submediant, leading tone, tonic. We did all of those. Alright, so in your key, your 5 is always your dominant 7 chord. If you check this, your 5, if you remove the 5, what you have is a B diminished. That's your T is a diminished chord. Like, can't you see? So it means the 5 and the 7, they are related. So let that be at the back of your head. So also when you play a B diminished and you play the 7th chord, when you play it like this, it becomes a B minor 7 flat 5. Though there are two types of diminished chord. We have a diminished 7 chord, and I have diminished 7 chord, which is called a B minor 7 flat 5. You check your chord app, you find it there. So you see, so now this chord that we have here now, I'll take this and put it here. That's voicing. That was too far for me. So if I add the G, it's a G9. Do you see? You see, when I add the G9, when I add the the G, it became a word, a G9. But when I add back the T, which is the B, it becomes a B minor 7 flat 5. What does this mean? That these chords are related. So you're going to see how we're going to be applying it. So for example, I can precede the F, e.g. in the chord. Let's say I have a chord, I want to go from a C, a song. Because it lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds my future, my earth is gone. So I'm going to the 4 chord. So I could play a C7. Now when it comes to secondary dominant, in my video that I made on secondary dominant chords, we use the circle of 4th and 5th to show us that whenever every chord, every scale note has a secondary dominant. So whenever you're going to an F, you can use a C, which is a 4th below it, to get to an F. So meaning you can decide to play something fancy on the C. Whereas in this song that we are learning, we are already in the key of C. So we're already in the one chord, you see. So meaning we are going to the 4. Check the circle of 4th and 5th. After C, going anti-clockwise is an F. So we can play a C7 to take us to an F. It will work. So that's where people usually hear this tor. Remember, this your flat 7 is a tor, flat 7. So as at this level, there are some terms I'll be mentioning that you just have to know. You should grow above that. Do, di, re, mo, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, do, ti, do. You should grow above it, but it should still be in your head. Your tor is your flat 7. Your Z is your flat 6. Your Fi is your flat 5. Your Mo is your flat 3rd or sharp 2. Then your D is your flat 2 or sharp 1. So your tor. So when I add that note to this my Do, it gives me a C7. You see, this is my normal Do. When I add this, it gives me a C7. So because of voicing, I could decide to play it here. So I could use this. This becomes my secondary dominant person. I could use this to transport me to the F, which is my Fa. So because it leaves, I can face tomorrow. Because it leaves, my fear is gone. Because I know he owns my view. You see, he's walking, right? But what we are going to be doing is we are going to take the roots. Okay. Now, instead of using the secondary dominant, what we want to use is something else. And that means we are going to take the roots. Where is the chord again? This is the chord. Here. This is the chord. This is the full chord. So we're going to take the roots. Let's see. Okay, let's play a C dominant, a C9. This is a C9. So we are going to take the root out of the chord. When we take the root out, we have an E minor 7 flat 5 chord. You see, this chord again has appeared. So if you have deep knowledge of music theory, you will know what's going on. When I explain this for you, when I explain this, and I explain this for you, you should know that something similar is going on here. Well, if still here you don't really understand what's going on, I'll still advise that you purchase the course so it will be broken down so you understand. Okay, so because it leaves, I can face tomorrow. So we don't want to use the C7 anymore. We want to throw away the root that was there, or we're going to add the 9. Okay, let's see. Don't get confused with what that app is writing. We're going to play it like this. This is the full chord, but we are removing the root. So instead of playing that C7, we're going to be playing an A minor 7 flat 5 to take us to F. So that chord now will be functioning as our secondary dominant. But this chord now is going to be functioning as our secondary dominant. But remember that it had a root that we removed. So obviously the secondary dominant of E is A. Because when you are going to A, you can use E. But this time around, we are doing some magic. We are voicing our chord. We are thinking deep, thinking of what sound we could get. And we are trying to use the E minor 7 flat 5. In short, the reason why I made this tutorial is because in that my course, or majority of the time when we play song, we always use the 1 chord, we use the 4 chord, we use the 5, we use the 2, we use the 3, we use the 6. We hardly use the 7. Majority of the time we use it as when I taught you chord family, the 7 represented the dog, meaning the dog in the family does not go on a walk on its own. You see, it does not go on a walk on its own. It needs somebody to lead it. So that 7 chord, this minor 7 flat 5 chord, is like the dog in the family. It does not go on its own. When it goes on its own, they will say, what's that word now? There's a word when someone goes out of home, when an animal leaves the house or so. You're walking aimlessly on your own. You don't really have value or so. But when you walk with somebody, you have value. So back to this, a C7, you add the 9. In my course where I taught you extended chord too, you will know where a C7 is coming from and where a C9 is coming from. So a C7, you add the 9. You remove the root. We now have this. So I cannot play because it leaves. I let me see what we're gonna use. I can face, yeah, this is sweet. Tomorrow. See, I love the way it sounds. So these are some of the passing chords you hear and you're like, boy, where are you guys getting these chords from? This is what they have learned and they've applied. That's why it got to a point when I was learning I stopped bothering myself about passing chords. Just know how the music clock works and just know which chord work with the next chord that is coming from behind, or maybe from behind or from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should know which chord work with which chord. That way you can always play without thinking about learning. Maybe somebody just taught you how to do, learning some kind of fancy passing chords and the rest that you might not remember. So you want to practice something that you keep remembering it. Wherever key you're going to play on, if you're on a C sharp, you know that okay, it was a C7, then we remove the root, then it can serve as a passing chord to the 4 chord. I love that. Because he is Perry's gone because that's C sharp. Let's go back to C. So because it leaves, I cannot use this now. I can face tomorrow. Takes me to an F major R2 chord. You see? So to even spice this chord up, there are other things you could do. Instead of just going straight to the chord like this, you could do. You see? You could do. Bam, 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 bam. I could do. So these are some of the things that musicians do that they sound so lovely when you hear it. E.g., because he leaves, I can face again because he leaves. I can face tomorrow because he lives. All fear is gone. You can take these chords. Because I know, he owns my future. I could make this a minor chord, which is still my D minor 7 flat 5 chord. All fear is gone. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da. Then come here and do because he lives. So I've played this very slow enough. You could pick the chords out, and if you really want to go deep into where these chords are coming from, you send the DM. So this is one way that we could use that chord, a minor 7 flat 5 chord. So again, let's see. Alright, so here I said wherever our target chord is, if we play a minor 7 flat 5 chord, a semitone below it, it would lead us into that chord. So whatever your destination is, if you use that chord, minor 7 flat 5 chord, it would always sound nice. So e.g., let's try this chord progression. You have a 1, you have from the 1, let's say you're going to a 6 chord. We give you our, something like this. So I could do we give you see, that's still an A minor 7 flat 5. So where was my destination? My destination was a La. So whenever you're going to a minor chord, for now, let's say minor chord, you could always go a half step below your destination and you form a minor 7 flat 5 chord. So this is an A flat. And this is a diminished chord, a triad, a basic triad. This is a minor 7 flat 5 chord. So whenever you want to get a minor 7 flat 5 chord, if you're confused, just form a dominant chord, a dominant 7 chord, and lower the third. I'm sorry, lower the third and the fifth. You get a minor 7 flat 5. So, and moreover, if you are in this level, you should already know how to form a minor 7 flat 5 chord. It's in my beginner's course, how to form it. You get a T, you add the La, that's a minor 7 flat 5 chord. I've taught you this formula already. Okay, so for me, the way I see it is, I've practiced my diminished 7 chords everywhere on all 12 keys. Also my half diminished chord. Half diminished chord. On all 12 keys. So whenever it is played, I know where they are on the keyboard. So you should go and practice that too if you have not. Let's move on. So because we give you, it takes me to a 6 chord. Glory again to a 4 chord. So I could do we see I've used that 4 chord again. We worship you. I could use this a D minor 7 flat 5 chord. Oh Lord. Can play a slash chord, a C slash G chord. You are wanting to. I can play a G9 13th chord to end the song. To be praised, we give you all, we give you all. I could even use a 7 3 6. We give you all. So that's even another place you could use it. A 7, then a 3, 6. That's the passing chord to your 6 chord. So we give you all the let's stay on the 6. So I use this as a passing chord to take me to the 5. Glory, glory. I'm going to a 4 chord. We worship you. So you see, these are one way you can use chords like this. So take the passing chords you saw me using the song, apply it to your favorite songs, and if you really know you're interested in the theory of where things like this come from, then you should chat me up for the material. And do not forget to subscribe, like, share the video. You guys aren't dropping enough comment on the videos. Drop comments so YouTube can refer the videos to other persons. So the video, YouTube can always recommend the video to other persons like you that needs this video and this material. So that's the only way you can help the channel grow, and that is the only way you can encourage me to do more. But just liking, sharing, drop a comment like, oh, that was so nice. Oh, I know that chord. Oh, that chord is wrong. Oh, this chord is wrong. Oh, I think I should use this chord this way. Do not just watch and leave like that. All right. See you in another one.